towards the tail end of 2024 is when I got serious about making money. So what happened was I went on a date with this one girl and we went to grab like flatbreads and gelato. And the place was like actually oddly overpriced. I mean, now I wouldn't care, but at the time I remember the bill, it came out as like $70 and all we did was get 2 flatbreads and we shared a cup of gelato. And I remember when I got the bill, like I couldn't help but cringe, and like it honestly stung and hurt when I paid for that bill. Like I remember like when I got home, I looked at my bank account and I had less than $100 in there. And that was when I like realized like, fuck, like I gotta get serious about this. I'm 24 years old and like I got no money to my name. I'm not making any money, right? And I was feeling pretty embarrassed. I was like, I gotta do something about this. That was kind of like my wake up call. So at the time I was licensed as a mortgage broker, and I still am a mortgage broker, but that's not my full-time gig anymore. My full-time gig now is I'm a dating coach, right? That's a YouTube video I'm working on right now, a VSL, right? And I've scaled this business up to $10,000 per month, right? In fact, this month, December, I made a total of $20,000, both from online coaching and doing mortgages, right? But eventually the goal is to do this full time. Well, I am doing it full time, right? I'm making more money doing this than mortgages right now. But the goal is to scale this to $25,000 a month on its own by the end of this year. But anyways, 2024 was when I got serious about making money. So again, I was a licensed mortgage broker. And this is honestly like a really sensitive topic for me because like, you know, I was very, very dedicated. I was relentless. I was going so hard. Like once I had that pivotal moment where I realized like I got to start making money, like it was just like a switch flipped, right? I completely transformed, totally new person. I stopped socializing with people. I stopped hanging out with people. I just went like lone wolf, just like locked in, focused on myself, right? I started taking my career really serious. So the reason it's a sensitive topic was because I was working harder than any of my friends, really most people my age. I would say most adults. I was working harder than most adults. Like I look around at like my coworkers and everything, and they don't work a fraction of how hard I work, right? But it was so disappointing because my work ethic, you know, it didn't reflect in my paycheck. In fact, I went almost 8 months without making a single dollar, right? And just to paint you a picture of like how hard I was working, I was doing 100 cold calls every single day. I was going to all these different open houses, trying to network with real estate agents. You know, just sacrificing my weekends, always going on appointments, just doing everything I could, going to real estate offices, going to events, and just not getting anything out of it, right? Like I'd get like a referral here and there, but it would never convert. It was never like a qualified lead, right? I was getting nothing but trash leads, and it was frustrating because I was losing thousands of dollars every single month, right? Because I had to pay money for gas, tolls, you know, these appointments I was going on. I had to pay for all the credit reports I was pulling, other business expenses. I was like losing thousands every single month without making any money. And it was pissing me off every single day because it was like, I'm going so hard. Like no one works as hard as me. I'm making 100 cold calls every single day. I don't have fun. I don't hang out with people. I'm literally going to all these open houses. I'm going to all these networking events. I'm going to like, I'm doing it all. I'm filming social media content that I don't even want to make. I was making 2 to 3 like Instagram real estate videos every single day that I didn't even want to make. I didn't even want to make it, but I knew if I put in the work, like I had the vision in my mind that I would be making a lot of money. Like I wanted to make like, you know, my goal was to make 50K a month as a mortgage broker, right? Which is very possible. It's very possible, but that takes a lot of time, right? It takes a lot of time. And I'm not near that level yet, right? But like my goal was to at least scale to like 10K a month in my first year. And it was just like, I was doing all this work. In fact, look at this stack of business cards, man. This isn't even half of the business cards I have. This is all the people I met. And out of this stack, you know, I made maybe 12 grand total from all the shit I was doing. So it was like my work ethic wasn't even reflected in my paycheck, and I was like, why am I doing all this work? It's like I'm doing this all for nothing. And I reached burnout multiple times, just feeling hopeless. Like I literally felt like depressed. I thought like, you know, I'm like, fuck, like I'm 24 years old, like I'm running out of time, I'm not making any money, like my friends are making more money than me. And like it made me like really, really insecure. I was always beating myself up, having all this like negative self-talk, feeling like just a shell of a man, right? Despite my work. That's what pissed me off to no end, was I was working harder than everyone else. I would see how everyone else worked, and they're lazy. They didn't take shit serious. I was fucking serious about getting money. I was getting up at 6 a.m. every morning, reading books. I was always buying books. Like, look at this stack of bookshelves, man. I bought so many books on like psychology, communication, self-development, sales, just trying to learn it all. Listening to podcasts, watching all these YouTube videos, just constantly consuming myself with education and trying to implement it into my life, but none of it was working. And it got to the point to where like I felt hopeless. I thought I was never going to be able to like have a family, provide for a family, or even just be able to provide for myself. Like I wanted to be able to move out of my parents' house, and it's like, spoiler alert, I'll be moving out of my parents' house in about a month or 2 months, depending when the spot I want opens up. But dude, it got so bad to where I was like screaming at my parents. I was yelling at them. I was always pissed off. I was always angry. I would just snap at them, always mad, always on edge. It wasn't good. Like I was not on good terms with my parents. And I apologized to them about it all the time, because it was nothing personal against them. It was just where I was in my life, right? And it reached a point to where like, you know, I took a step back. Because I'm a big believer if something's not working, something has to change. So I decided to put, you know, doing mortgages on the back burner, right? Because I wasn't making any fucking money, right? And later on, I started making like, you know, I started closing deals here and there, but it was nothing consistent, nothing reliable. But that energy I was putting into social media for the real estate videos, I was like, you know, if I don't even want to make these videos, I'm going to pour all this energy editing videos, filming them. Like I might as well film stuff that I'm actually passionate about and see if I can like turn that into like a side business, right? So I made a Instagram page for fitness coaching, which was something I always genuinely wanted to do. I've always been passionate about the gym, but I was always kind of like worried about it. Like I'd done social media pages in the past, but I was never able to really like figure out how to monetize them. But this time, like I was actually like really, really serious about it. And I started watching a lot of like YouTube videos on like online coaching, high ticket sales, high ticket coaching, you know, all that kind of stuff, trying to immerse myself with, you know, how to do it all. And I just wasn't having much results, but I didn't really care. Because it was like, you know, I was passionate about it, right? So I was like, at least this is something fun and productive to do in my free time when I'm not stressing myself out with a career that I fucking hate, right? Hate's an exaggeration. I don't hate it, but eventually the goal, like I said, is to make this my full-time income, right? Which technically it is my full-time income. I'm making $10,000 a month teaching guys, you know, about dating, right? However, I want to make like 20 to 25K a month by the end of the year, which I'm going to do. But anyways, I decided if I really wanted to take this serious, I'm going to need to hire a mentor, which I know is something a lot of guys are like skeptical about doing, hiring mentors, hiring coaches, buying courses. And it kind of has a bad rep, but here's the deal. Like, if you're actually serious, and this goes for any aspect of your life, you need to learn from someone who has been in your shoes and is in the position you want to be in. There's no faster way to learn than that, because you are buying back your time, right? They've been in your shoes. They know all the mistakes. They're going to excel your progress. And I don't say this to sell you a course or anything. I have no course to sell you about making money or anything. If you want my course, it's literally for dating, but like I'm not even going to pitch that to you in this video. If you want to find that, my other YouTube channel is Cristiano Mungioli, and you can find my calendar and book a sales call with me if you really want to do that. But that's not what this video is about, right? So I ended up, you know, I knew I wanted to hire a mentor. So I was looking at different options. I knew it was going to be expensive. And like I said, remember, I wasn't really making any money at this time, man. So I was really, really nervous and scared about like pulling the trigger and investing in myself. I was really, really scared to do that because it was something I'd never done before. Plus, like, you know, online you see all these memes and stuff like, oh, course seller, ooh, but like, sure, there's some garbage out there, but there's also plenty of guys that are legit, right? So eventually I figured out who I wanted to hire, and you know, dude, this is embarrassing to say. I remember I messaged him on Instagram, and he thought I was like giving him objections, right? Because, you know, if you're in sales or if you run a business and you're watching this video, you know, people give objections in the DMs when you're DM setting or even on a sales call. But I just genuinely was worried that I wasn't going to be able to pay him, and he thought I was bullshitting him. Like I booked a call with him and I canceled it. I was like, dude, I got to go to the bank. And he was like, he got pissed, which I don't blame him. I would have assumed I was bullshitting too, but I wasn't. I literally wasn't. So basically, long story short, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video, but like I basically had like my credit score got down to like 580 over some bullshit that happened with my gym membership. Story for another time. And my credit card limit, since I wasn't making any money, was stuck at like $2,500 a month, but I couldn't get it raised. I couldn't get that limit raised because I wasn't making enough money and my credit score was too low, so the bank wouldn't trust me, you know, to give me a bigger credit limit. So the program or the coaching I wanted to buy was $8,000, right? And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay in full. Like, I don't want to get a loan. I want to pay in full. In fact, I won't even qualify for a loan, right? And I need this program. I need to do this. I have the money. How can I pay? So I had to get resourceful, and I ended up wiring the money, right? So it just goes to show, like, guys, like, if there's a will, there's a way. I figured out a way to pay, right? And it fucking stung. It wasn't easy for me to pay that $8,000. I thought about doing that for 2 months straight before I finally pulled the trigger, right? Took me a while, but I overcame my fear because I realized, like, you know, sure, maybe I can figure this out on my own eventually, but like, I'm reaching 25. I am 25 now. I don't have time to figure this out. I need to do this now. So I betted on myself, right? And at first I started doing like fitness coaching, like I said, but that didn't really work out. So that I resorted to dating coaching, right? Because I realized, like, you know, yeah, I'm in good shape, but I don't have like a bodybuilder physique, right? So I just started doing more like dating coaching because, you know, I got experience in that. A lot of guys ask me for advice in dating, and I get really good results on dating apps. And what's unique about my offer is I'm 5'6", and a lot of guys are like insecure about their height when it comes to dating. So like, you know, that's kind of like my marketing. Like, oh, you can be short and still attract women, right? Like, I'm 5'6", I get 100+ matches on Hinge every single month, right? And because of that, you know, the messaging really related to like my ICP and the people I was talking to in my content. And it's like, I'm getting leads, people booking sales calls with me, and all of a sudden, like, I started making $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Like, it just started like skyrocketing out of nowhere. I went from making $0 to literally making $10,000 a month, more money than I'm doing helping guys get mortgages for their home. Like, I'm making more money coaching guys with their dating life than helping people get mortgages on their home. Fucking insane. And it's way less work too. All I have to do is film reels, post Instagram stories, post YouTube videos every single day, and then hop on sales calls and close the deal. It's way less work, right? It's so easy for me. So easy for me. And I'll tell you, now that you have the money, like, it's funny, man, because like so many people like made fun of me while I was like locked in. When I was on the other side, so many people were doubting me, making fun of me, giving me shit. And it's like, now I make more money than all of them. I made $20,000 this month, both from coaching and mortgages. I make more money than all my friends. I'm making a doctor's salary. Pretty soon I'm going to be making a doctor's salary just from coaching. right? And a lot of those guys who made fun of me, they come crawling back. They come crawling back like, dude, good for you, man. I knew you'd always make it. It's like, no, you fucking didn't. You talk shit about me every single day. You screenshot my shit. You send it in your little group chats. Make fun of me. Yeah, real funny, dude. Real funny. Should have invested while the stock was low, right? And it's like, you know, it also feels good. Like, it's just like this huge weight lifted off my shoulder. Like, I was always just stressed about like making money. And it's like, I don't even think about it anymore. I went out with a date with a girl the other day, and it reminded me of that date I went on where we got flatbreads with that one girl. I went on a date with a different girl a few days ago. We went and grabbed pizza. She wanted to order a drink. We got appetizers. It was like $70. And like, I tipped big too. I didn't even look at the bill. Obviously I looked at the bill. I just told you it was like $70. But like, I didn't even care. Like, I tipped big. I tipped like 20%, right? Like, I felt like a fucking G, dude. I felt like a G, right? And I carried myself with more confidence on the date. Because of that, she liked me more because I was just acting like a man. I was masculine. I was in my frame, bro. And I remember when I went in for the kiss, like, I pulled back and then she leaned in for more. And I'm not saying like get your confidence from money, but like, dude, like, it does give you more confidence, right? I'm not saying make that your identity. That's not what I'm saying. So don't twist what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, when you were in that position I was in where like you only had $100 in your bank account, you were working your ass off, but your paycheck didn't reflect your work ethic. It just makes you feel good. It makes you feel really good, especially like a big goal of mine. You know, when I hit 12K, I want to hit 12K a month from my coaching this month. And when I do, I'm going to take my family to a nice dinner. I want to give back to them, right? That's like a big goal of mine. And when I do that, like, I'm going to feel like, dude, I can't wait. Like, I've been thinking about that for months, just wanting to take them to a nice dinner, right? Because I want to get back to them. My family has done so much for me. It's like, dude, like, I don't want to just be selfish with this money, but it's so nice. Like, I can pay my own bills now. I can pay my own bills. I can pay for my groceries. I don't stress when I pay for shit. Like, I don't look at the price of things anymore. Like, if I'm buying like a nice shirt or a jacket or order it on Amazon, I don't look at the price. I just buy it. I'm like, okay, cool, boom, done. Right? Now that's gonna change when I move out because I live at home right now, right? So the expenses are really low. But like, even when I move out, still 20K a month, like, that's still really, really good. Now I'll be looking at the prices more because I'll have a lot more expenses. But it's just really, really nice. It's a nice transformation. And it just goes to show, when you bet on yourself, when you lock in, when you figure out that one thing that you're good at and you lock in, bro, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game, right? I was just investing my energy in the wrong thing. It's not that mortgages don't work. They just didn't work for me, right? But online business, dude, it's changed my life. It's changed my life. And it's just crazy. Like, if you just bet on yourself, if you ignore the noise and you do everything you need to do without fail every single day, which you could succeed, what you can achieve in a year is insurmountable. You can completely change your life, become a new man, live a totally new life. Like, I can't even imagine where I'm going to be a year from now, 2 years from now. Like, I got very big goals, very good, big visions, and I'm excited. Because it's like, once you've got that taste of success, then you're like really, really motivated. Now, I don't like to say rely on motivation, because you shouldn't. Most of this journey, I didn't rely on motivation. I did what I was supposed to do irregardless of how I felt, because that was my duty. But motivation, what they don't tell you, is a byproduct of your hard work, right? But yeah, I feel good, man. I just want to get on here and make a video, just me raw talking about, you know, going from broke to smashing sales, making money, feeling good, living life, making something of myself, proving all the haters wrong. Feels good, man. Feels good.